All right, what is happening, YouTube? Today I want to talk about a fragrance that I actually was not super excited to try, and now that I've tried it, I'm really excited because I like this better than what it's cloning. It is Scentual Obsession's Wild Thing Elixir Final Destination, one of the many decants the great Kevin from Scentual Obsession sent me. Shout out to you, Kevin. And yeah, like I said, I was not the biggest fan of Dior Sauvage Elixir. I've owned a couple decants. I have one now that I got recently from a guy in my neighborhood that sells, not my neighborhood, but in my city that sells decants. And I don't know what I did with it. But I wanted to compare the two. And I'm surprised because this is good. In fact, I might even say better. Before we get into the video, as always, guys, you know the drill. I'm not going to stop saying it until I'm rich and famous like Jeremy. I'm kidding. But subscribe and ring the bell. All right, so getting back on track. Dior Sauvage Elixir, super popular fragrance, right? Everybody loves it. Kind of an old school, warm, spicy, kind of fresh, spicy fragrance, woody fragrance as well. Reminds me a little bit of Drakkar Noir, much higher quality than Drakkar Noir and much more complex than Drakkar Noir, in my opinion. But it just rubbed me the wrong way. I've smelled it before, and when I tried it, I was excited because the notes sounded like they're right up my alley and everybody was hyping it up to death. And then when I wore it, it smelled good on a test strip. And then when I wore it, it just rubbed me the wrong way. I've tried a couple clones or inspired by fragrances, and I've liked all of them more than the real Sauvage Elixir. But I gotta say, this one is now officially my favorite. And I'm gonna tell you why. As far as the notes go on Sauvage Elixir, I don't waste too much time because you guys all have seen this and heard this a million times. The note that I love the most in this, again, on my skin that stands out, is the cinnamon. So that fragrance from Dior, it didn't quite have enough of a bite of the cinnamon for my likings off of my skin. And it just smelled kind of like an old man smell. But this Wild Thing Elixir Final Destination is really different. It's really accurate to the real thing. This is the most accurate depiction of Sauvage Elixir that I've smelled so far. But it's the cinnamon on my skin is amplified a little more. I love it. It's almost like a gourmandy take on my skin. It's really nice, really enjoyable, very, very sexy stuff. I actually started smiling from ear to ear. I'm truthfully telling you this right now. I started smiling from ear to ear when I sprayed this on because I love cinnamon a lot. It's one of my favorite notes in like a warmer, spicier type of fragrance. And yeah, the cinnamon popped. I was so excited because that's what I wanted from the real thing, and it just didn't happen. Now, as far as price goes on this stuff from Scentual Obsessions, I also think that's one of the big deciding factors on why I'm going to say, honestly, I would get this over the real thing. I know that's sacrilegious to some of you guys. People get really mad when you say that. And I love Dior. Shout out to them for their artistry and the beautiful creation that they made. But I'm sorry, Scentual Obsessions is super, super close and, in my opinion, better and more affordable, especially when you take into consideration, you know, you have different size options. You can get the 5 milliliter bottle like this, of course, the tester for $7.50. 50 cents. Step up to a 15 milliliter bottle for $25, which is awesome. You can step up to a 30 milliliter bottle for $38, and then you can get a 50 milliliter bottle for $65. I don't see the 100 milliliter option on here. Maybe it's just not here at the moment, or maybe they don't make it, but pound for pound, I think this is better, especially if you just buy like a 30 milliliter bottle. You're going to save quite a bit of money. That's probably plenty for most of you guys. I'll also say this fragrance, like pretty much all of Scentual Obsession so far that I've tried, performs ridiculously. Now, the real Sauvage Elixir also performed ridiculously off of my skin, but Wild Thing Elixir Final Destination is as good, if not better, on my skin. I've worn it 3 times now, and I washed it off the first 2 times after 8 hours, and it was still there just fine. And the last time I wore it, I was like 10, 11 hours into it, and it was still there pretty damn good. So performance is not an issue for me. I wanted to show it some love because, like I said, Sauvage Elixir is popular. Everybody loves it. I'm one of the few that's not that into it, but all the clones I've tried have been a little better, and this one so far has been the best. I'm really excited about this one. I wanted to like that DNA, but like I said, I wanted more cinnamon on my skin and to my nose, and this one delivers it. Again, at least on my skin, so calm down if you don't agree. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'm excited about this one. I'll probably be getting a bottle, probably a 30 milliliter bottle. Like the video. If you did like the video, it would be helping me out. Like I always say, it matters. It lets YouTube know the video is worthwhile, the channel's worthwhile. Tells YouTube you like the video, maybe someone else would like it too, and I should be getting a Ferrari soon. Kidding. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I don't know why you haven't already, but you should. Until next time, guys, I'm going to leave you how I always leave you. Take your vitamins, hit the gym, always stay improving, and I don't know if I'd wear this one to the gym. It's a little too strong, but a guy the other day did have Sauvage Elixir on at the gym, for whatever it's worth. God bless, be well. Until next time, guys, I'm out.